Alright guys, welcome back to Lone Wolf 902, and I'm back out on the trail doing a solo trip tonight, and kind of breezy out right now. So I'm headed into a place that you guys have seen before. I came out here with a buddy last time. So like I said, this time I'm by myself, and summer's basically here. So I want to really show this location in different times of the year. I came here in the winter, excellent time, and came here a few weeks ago in spring. It's still technically spring right now, but the water levels have dropped quite a bit, and I figured it's going to be an excellent time to go camping. So I wanted to come out back here again, and instead of bringing a hammock, I brought a tent. So this will be an interesting trip. But right now I'm just headed down to the falls. I want to do some early fishing and just enjoy the water a little bit. So we'll bump around here, fish at the falls, work our way downriver and try fishing those spots, and then find our location to set up the tent, which I already know exactly where I'm putting it, but that's a little bit of a secret. So I'll check in with the guys once we get there. Alright guys, so we're back at the location that I camped out probably about 2 weeks ago now with my buddy Mike, back at the waterfall location as you can see, and we're going to do a little bit of fishing. Looks like I got the whole place to ourselves, so that's pretty awesome. Well, just lost my first hook. So I'm gonna rig up another one and quite a few people coming down in the falls right now looking to swim, so I think I'm going to head on downstream. Okay, well, that turned into a tourist disaster. The entire place is just loaded with people trying to jump in and swim. So yeah, enough of that for today. I think we'll just we'll fish a lot of these pools down here in this river. Shouldn't be too many people walking through, so we'll let them have the swimming hole. Wasn't really producing many bites anyways, so I'm going to fish a lot of these holes down here, all the way down the river, and yeah, we'll see where the day takes us. Okay, so I had a little trout on the hook and I wasn't quick enough and he got off. So we're going to head on down and check out a different hole. See what this spot looks like. I got a big rock out there on the other side. There's quite a drop off with a good hole, a lot of rapids. Let's go check it out. We're going to be getting a little bit wet here in a second. Trying to get back across that. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'll have to take my shoes off. shoes clipped onto my pack, and the water's actually nice and warm, so I'm just gonna do it. Head right across. Oh, there goes the dog. Woo, 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 woo. It's actually pretty nice and cool. Alright, so made it across and just starting to head up back to the trail, and I'm going to look for another fishing location. A couple people walking down the trail. Other than that, not too bad up here. Whew. Alright, so headed downriver right now, looking for another hole to hit. So far, I hooked up on one small trout, and he got off the hook. I wasn't quick enough on the draw. So, there's a really great hole down there. Let's go check this out. Oh yeah, that looks like a good spot. Still watching out for ticks, so I keep stopping and looking every so often. So hopefully we won't have any issues with those guys. Wow, this looks pretty sweet. Alright, so every time I stop, I keep getting bombarded by mosquitoes. So I got my DIY fishing mask that I made out of just a long sleeve shirt. Go ahead and get this on and get my hat back on so I don't get eaten alive. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, so down on the creek, or the river I should say, I ended up putting the camera away. I did actually catch 2 small trout. but I let them go. They're just too small. And working the camera down there and fishing rod is no joke. That is some tough stuff. So hopefully where we get to camp, I'll be able to do a little bit more fishing on camera. It's just too hard. Mosquitoes and unlevel ground. It's really difficult. So I'm gonna make my way downriver now to kind of get near the location where we're going to be staying the night. Might even go right to it. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so I did catch 2 small trout back there. Beautiful colors. I put the camera away like I was saying earlier. It's just impossible to work the camera and to balance, and mosquitoes and all kinds of stuff going on. So as soon as I put the camera away, sure enough, hook up on 2 little trout. I think the biggest problem I was having was when I was setting up the camera, I was doing a lot of moving, a lot of jumping around, a lot of, you know, just a lot of commotion, and probably scaring the fish away. So setting up the tripod and everything, and tried a different hole and approached it, no camera, just tossed my worm in there, and bam, fish. So definitely going to be a challenge, at least in the river, to get some river catches on film, but we'll keep trying. Well, that was always nice to come across. Off camera there, just coming down the trail and readjusting my hat, and I happened to see this big old pit bull all by himself, just strutting down the trail. 2 women were walking probably, I don't know, a good 25 yards behind him. He didn't look too happy. So I stopped, and I was readjusting my hat and everything else, and he stood there and stared at me and started growling a little bit. Now I love dogs, and especially pit bulls. I've owned many of them in the past, but it just kind of popped in my head. What do you do when you're on the trail when you come across something like that, whether it's someone's domesticated dog or a wild animal? All right, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, got interrupted. A couple people on the trail. So, like I was saying, what do you do to defend yourself when you're in the woods and you come across a domesticated dog or a wild animal? Well, I always have my big bush knife on the side of my hip at all times, and I wouldn't hesitate to use it either. Now, this is personal preference. If I'm out in the wild and an animal does attack me, it's supposed to be on a leash. So if it is a domesticated dog, I feel very sorry for the owner, but if I'm attacked, I'm defending myself. So if you love your pets, for those of you that have them, it's probably a good idea to keep those animals on a leash, because you never know who's out in the woods. I know it seems like you're out in the middle of nowhere and no one's there, but that's where I'm at. Plenty of hikers, plenty of campers out here, and yeah, that's just my personal preference. In the future, I am going to be picking up a can of bear spray, also as a deterrent, because I don't really want to kill the animal. I just kind of want to deter the animal. And if option A doesn't work, then option B is the knife. So, something to think about when you guys are coming out in the woods. I don't believe in firearms. I am a gun lover, trust me, but I don't believe in bringing firearms out on the trail. I believe there's a place and time for them, and out in the woods, hiking and camping, I don't think it's the right spot. Unless, you know, you're up in, take a break here. Unless you're way up in Alaska or somewhere where it would just be foolish to go without it, then absolutely. But where I'm at, we got small black bears, coyotes, all kinds of smaller animals that you can mainly defend yourself from. But certainly if I was in Alaska or in some spots of British Columbia and Oregon and areas like that, then yeah, I would carry something. I'd carry A, B, and C: spray, knife, and a pistol, or a rifle, or whatever. But something to think about when you're on the trail. All right, so Been walking for about a half hour now, and just turning on my phone right now. I just want to check the time and see where we're at for the day. The location that I want to camp at, I'm looking at right now, is just down here, but I want to check what time it is just to make sure I'm comfortable with kind of settling down for the day. Been out fishing like crazy, and the bugs are starting to really get irritating. So have a look here. Okay, so it's coming up on 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off again. Off. All right. So it's coming up on 3 o'clock. I would really like to keep going and explore a little bit more. I haven't eaten yet. I had a quick snack before I left the house this morning. So I do have snackables, but I put all my food at the bottom of my bag. And I would sooner go hungry than have to dig all the way through my gear right now. Choices. Well, I know that campsite's going to work 100% because I've been here before. No, I haven't camped here before, but I have been here and I have checked it out. And yeah, so I know it's going to work. Bugs. 3 o'clock, 4 or 5. I like to settle down. It gets dark at about 9, like black dark, but I want to be set up way before that. Let's go up the trail a little bit and let's explore a little bit more. Ooh, shortcut. Not a big shortcut, but hey, it counts. Super nice day out for weather. Sunny. It's about 22, 24 degrees out. Not sure what the forecast is calling for tomorrow, and I don't really care either. I'm out here and I'm going to enjoy it regardless. So the trail up here kind of bends back down towards the water. So I'm just going to go through this little hill climb section. Hike all the way up here away from the water, and then we'll go right back down to the water. Got a mosquito on my back, it's itchy. Ooh. Bugger. Oh yeah, got him. Alright, so kind of out of breath. A lot of hills in this area. Haven't had a drink yet either, so gonna go ahead and fix that right now once we get back down the water. Bugs. I brought my life straw with me. If you guys would have watched my previous overnighter, I went to a waterfall. The waterfall we were just at, actually, and ended up staying there overnight with a friend. And my life straw mod was in that video. So if you guys didn't see that, going down a steep hill now, if you guys didn't see that, you're about to in a few minutes here. Just got to get down this hill climb, and I'll whip it out and we'll get some water. Jesus. You guys see that? Oh, look at the little chick. So I just spooked a grouse, and its chick just ran underneath the rock. The thing was like this big. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me in the woods just happened. Coming down here, like I said, I wanted to get some water, and I stumbled across this grouse and took off. And I happened to look down, and there's 3 little tiny chicks, about that big, just little guys. And there's a little creek behind the camera right now, and a rock. And one of them, I mean, it was right at my foot. I could have picked it up if I wanted to, but I'm not into that. So he took off under the rock, and the other one went in the water and was actually kind of stuck. And I put the camera down right away, but it was stuck in the water, so I ended up taking a little stick and kind of giving him a little push so we can get out. And he took off under the rock too, so I'm going to leave the area and let Mama come on back because she's just right up here in the rocks. So I'm going to let these guys get back together, but that was pretty awesome. Scared the crap out of me. Anyways, we'll leave these guys alone and we'll go up here down here a little ways to get some water. Alright guys, down here on the riverbank. I need some water. I am thirsty. So, came down away from those those little chicks and that grouse. That was awesome. That was really cool. But right now, I need the life straw, and I'm going to filter up a little bit of water, just enough to drink, and we're going to start heading back up to where we're going to camp for the evening. So, for those of you who haven't seen the gravity feed system that I made out of the life straw, I'll show it to you right now. And I'll have to do it really quick because these bugs are insane. Alright, so for those of you who have not seen this yet, here's my standard life straw. And I took a cap off of a bottle, this one's blue, and I epoxied it to the end of it, and I drilled a hole through it first, obviously. So I drilled a hole in the lid, and then I epoxied it to the end of the life straw. And I took the strings off that used to go to this end, and I taped it on this end. So now, if I hang it like this, here's the mouthpiece, and the water comes through the straw. So I'll demonstrate that for you guys right now. Got my bottle, and it just threads right on. So let's go get some water and run it through. Alright, so here you guys can see, I got my dirty water up here, and it's drip feeding into this bottle. Now obviously I'm not going to hold on to the thing the whole time, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is rig this up, and then I'll show you guys in the end. Alright guys, so I'm using my tripod right now to hold it, just because it's a little bit of a tricky setup, and I'm right here on the riverbank. So here's my bottle filling up, see the water running down, and all the way up to the dirty water. So I went ahead and used this orange bowl that I have in my bag as the water catch. Normally I bring my big water bottle, but today, just with the stuff I got packed, I said nah, we'll take the other bottle. So just brought 2 small bottles, but if you were to do this in a better setup, have a larger bottle, and I did that in my last video. But anyways, this is what we're doing today, so that's my water setup. Just coming back to that hill climb area. I went way down trail, and kind of paced out a little bit. Turned into some real shallow water. There wasn't any holes down there, so I figured why not come back up here. It's getting a little late in the day, and I am starving, so out of energy too. So like I'm saying, we're gonna head down here, and we're almost at camp, so, or where I'm gonna be camping. So now, if you guys are wondering how I'm going to be camping tonight, I kind of gave it away in my last overnighter when I was out at the falls with my buddy Mike. So, some of you are probably already guessing, and some of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So, why don't I just show you? Since the last time I put the camera away, I can actually see the location right now, and we are headed right for it. Oh man, this is going to be awesome. It already looks really, really cool. Whew. Oh wow. You guys got to see this. Whew. How's that for a rock? That's a big one. All right. Make our way over here safely without falling. Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. How's that for a campsite? So here we are. This is where we're going to be staying the night. Right on top of this rock. So I'm going to climb up on the other rock and get this tent set up. Yeah, so that is the setup. So that's where we're going to be for the night, sleeping on a rock in the middle of the river, which is pretty cool. Now I'm on this rock next to where my tent is, and I'm thinking I can either have a fire over here, a really small one on top of the rock, if the bugs kind of go away, and if not, I may just hunker down inside the tent and relax in there for a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. For now, let's go take a look. Thinking I might be able to pull some fish out of here later on. We'll see. We'll give it a go. So I got a couple beer for tonight. I'm either going to have one tonight, and I'm actually thinking about doing 2 nights on this trip. So I'll figure that out later on if I stay out 2 nights. It won't be in the same location. I'll camp here for 1 night and then at a different location for the next night. But I got Mosquito Rosé Cheeks. This guy's already on my Instagram, so if you guys take a look at that, you'll be able to see what that looks like inside of the glass. And this guy, Lake of Bays Brewing Co. Peach Paradise Milkshake IPA. This is a new one for me. I haven't had it yet, so we'll get those in the water chilling out soon. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to get all my soft goods, meaning my clothing and stuff like that, inside of the tent, just to get it out of the way. So I got like socks, underwear, shirts, pajama pants, pajama shirt, all that good stuff. I'm just going to toss inside the tent. So for this trip, I brought my North Face Blue Kazoo, which is way overkill, way overkill. This is rated for like -12, I think, and it's probably +24 right now. The idea of bringing this is it's super packable, super lightweight, and I don't have to have it on the whole night. I can kick it off if it gets too hot. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of this stuff straightened out, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, it's just about supper time, and I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm feeling we should get into that. What I brought for supper is steak. I got steak that I'm going to do on my canister stove, and I brought a bunch of awesome vegetables to go with that. So I think we should go ahead and get that cooked up. This is butter in a bag. Get some of this in here. It's so loud up here, I can barely even hear the stove burning. All the garbage will be going back into my bag. But for now, I'm just going to toss it off camera, offside here. Get it out of the way. Put the Montreal steak seasoning. Brought the old Camillus bush knife today. So what are we doing for veggies? Well, let's make sure that stove's still on. It's tricky, I can barely even hear it. So, I got some yellow, orange, and red peppers. Let's go ahead and get these in there. Got a big old mushroom. Got a big honking green onion here. Toss that in. Got some yellow onion. Brought a bit of garlic with me. Definitely gonna add that. Also brought a couple pieces of bok choy. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the steak up, because it's pretty big, and I'm going to eat that, and while that's eating I'll do up my vegetables on the side and then eat that afterwards. Man, this is looking good. Steak's almost done. I'm going to pull that off to the side like I was saying earlier, and go ahead and cook up my vegetables and enjoy. I think that's it right there, guys. Alright, so I'm going to add my steak back into my veggies and all the juices. That is looking really good. Alright guys, so everything's cooked up. Just letting it rest for a second in the pot with the lid on. It smells really good. I know I've said that a few times now, but oh man. I'm sure that's all you can smell all throughout this whole stretch of river. Nothing but steak and garlic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. That was a lot of work today. A lot of work running around. Hiking, fishing. Oh. I poured in a bit of balsamic dressing that I brought. A little bit of that little container of sauce. Salad dressing. I don't even know what I'm saying, that's how hungry I am. Oh man. Get in the steak. Oh yeah, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to eat this up, and I'll be back. Well, that was an awesome supper. I'm really happy I did that right now while it's still light out. And I think I'm full for now. So I got some gummy bears and some trail mix and stuff like that I can eat in the tent later on. I just wanted to get the big messy stuff out of the way right now. And that was good. So one thing I did bring on this trip, other than bug spray to kind of get rid of these mosquitoes, I brought a couple of these citronella tea light candles. Now, as you guys know, I don't carry matches or a lighter. I only carry my fire steel and my little modified lighter that just throws a spark. So I got some jute twine that I'm going to use right now for a match. Basically, I'm going to throw a spark in it to light one candle, and then use that candle to light the other candle. I'll probably do one candle for now, actually. I was going to light the second one, but I think do one for now and see how it does. Still got a ways to go till dark, so let's see what one does for now. Alright guys, these bugs are starting to really kind of get on my nerves a little bit, so I've gone ahead and made a little fire ring right on the corner of the rock. Nothing can come this way, and if it goes that way, it doesn't matter because it's directly in the water. So I'm going to go ahead and light this, and I'm just going to keep it small, like a smoldering fire for now, just to build some smoke. It's extremely close to the tent, and that's the reason why I'm keeping it small. Second reason, I don't need it for heat because it is hot out here right now. I'm sweaty. That was definitely a nice evening. Mosquitoes seem to pretty much all clear out as far as coming after me. Keeping this fire going really small, keep the smoke rolling, seems to be doing a great job. It's going to be one really nice view in the morning. Wake up to the sound of the water, and hopefully the sunshine will be coming behind the camera, be shooting through the trees. That should be pretty sweet. Wake up, peel open the door, cook up the coffee. Oh yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Obviously the tent isn't staked out to the ground because I'm on a rock. So I could do that, and that's the reason why I brought these. So this is just a stuff sack full of small random stuff sacks, because you guys know how I hate stuff sacks. So they're just little drawstring pouches. Put stuff in it, right? So what I'm going to do, I have 5. So I have one for each corner of the tent, plus one for the vestibule. So I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but I wanted to bring 5 just in case. And it turns out that it's not going to be a problem, so that's awesome. I'm going to have my backpack inside of the tent, up at my head end, so that'll be plenty of weight, plus all my gear inside there. That my tent's not going to blow away. But when I do crawl in tonight, and I want to keep the vestibule pinned out, I'm going to put a couple rocks inside of this, and I'm going to tie it to my vestibule point, and I'm just going to drape it over the edge of the rock. So that'll pull my vestibule nice and tight. So that's a little bit of a tip if you're on a rock. Either, I mean, I can't guy out to anything because there's nothing here, but got some dead man anchors just with some stuff sacks and a couple of rocks. So we'll see how that works out later on. This is a great beer, by the way. You guys a shot of that can. Never had it before. It's a good one. Well, gave another shot at fishing right off the side of the rock here. Looks like a really nice deep pool, and there's rapids feeding it. So I thought for sure I was going to get a bite. Nothing. Nothing in there. It's a pretty lousy day for fishing, really. Caught those 2 small trout earlier on, way upstream. And, I mean, that was cool. No biggie. Half the fun of fishing is just fishing, right? So, nice and relaxing. When you don't have a camera to work with. Having a camera to work with and trying fishing, mosquitoes, and that's a little tricky. So, gonna have to work on that one a little bit in the future, I think. So I'm gonna kick back and relax for a little while, put the camera away, and still sipping on my beer, wherever I put it, over here. So, I'm going to enjoy that a little bit, and see if the colors in the sky change. I'm hoping for a nice pink sunset. See what happens, I'll bring you guys back. So, this is the view from inside the tent. I wanted to show you guys before it got too dark. Absolutely awesome. Got plenty of room on this side, plenty of room on that side. I guess the biggest fear is rolling over in the middle of the night. I may move the tent a little bit that way once the fire's out. I might not, I don't know. Never really rolled over in the tent ever, but who knows, we'll see what happens. Spider in here. Got pretty nasty and dirty today. My pants are covered in tree sap. Spider again. Pants are covered in tree sap. I'm all marked up, covered in bug spray. Pretty gnarly. So, it'd be nice to get changed. I got all my clothes behind me. I'm using it as a pillow right now. But I got my pajama pants and I got a long sleeve shirt, and we'll sleep real good tonight. I can already feel the cool air coming in, which is really nice. Really great feel. And I'll probably sit outside tonight a little bit. Maybe light the fire back up, get some flame going. I got a couple pieces of wood outside the tent off to the side here, and I'll probably jump off this rock and go out and get a couple more pieces. Not a lot, because I don't really need a big fire, but smoking away right now out there, so I'm still sipping on my beer. Got it right outside the door. And yeah, I just wanted to come inside and give you guys this view. And there's a couple tiny little black flies in here. Other than that, one mosquito. Yeah, so it'll be pretty sweet tonight. I'm gonna sleep with my sweater on, and like I said, my long sleeve shirt and lawn johns and whatnot. I don't think I'm gonna need the sleeping bag, but I'm gonna open it up and I'm just gonna drape it over top of me like a big blanket. And then if I get too hot, I can kick it down and just keep doing that all night. So, yeah. I don't see a whole lot of bugs bugging around the outside. There's one mosquito here, but I don't see a whole lot anymore, so might be able to jump back out now and enjoy a little bit of that. Yeah, so this is the view. I'll give you guys a turnaround view real quick, and then we'll carry on with the night. Yeah, it's so comfy in here, I don't want to get out. Whoever says one person tents, sorry, let me open this. Whoever says one person tents aren't big enough, if you don't have an MSR hubba, you have no idea what you're talking about. Well, my little fire went out while I was relaxing, so I think it's time to spark that thing up again and let's get some smoke rolling. Alright, so I'm going to grab a couple more pieces of firewood. That's pretty neat. Alright, so I just came off the rock for, that sounds funny. Just came off the rock down here looking for some firewood, and excellent tree right here for that. I don't need a whole lot of firewood. I got 2 big pieces up there by the tent. Just looking for some dead punky stuff, really. And something for a little bit of light. I mean, if I do want to stay up late, I don't really want to be climbing off that rock in the middle of the night. So I figure right now is probably the best time to do that. Two good sized pieces here. That's a bonus of having a small fire too. You don't need a lot of wood. Just a couple scraggly little pieces here and there and good to go. I think that'll do, really. Give you a look at what we're looking at from a different view. That's pretty cool. I think I got all that wood. Stuff just loaded all over the place. I think that'll be enough. Woo, woo, woo. Now the fun part. Oh man. Don't want to be doing that in the dark. I'm going to put this over here. So as you guys can see, I got a couple pieces down here, right next to my fishing rod. I figure that'll do. Like I said, I'm not gonna have a big fire, just enough up here to get a little bit of smoke and maybe a little bit of light if it gets dark. Come chill out next to this fire. A little bit of munch on. Got some of my trail mix and gummy candy. A blue shark. I'm gonna snack on this for a little bit. You know, I gotta say, the entire time I've been back here up on this rock, I haven't seen a single person yet. Mind you, I haven't really been looking, and the trail is up quite high, but heard a few dirt bikes and four-wheelers going by. There's a bridge way upriver here that they cross, and I've heard a few of them go through over the last hour and a half, but I haven't seen anybody walking. Nobody out fishing, nothing. Looks like the sun is on its way down. Starting to cut through the trees a little bit more. So that'll be pretty interesting to see what that looks like when it does go down. Should have a night sky full of stars by the looks of it. So that'll be pretty neat. The fire's actually giving off a nice little bit of heat. Not so hot as it was earlier on, so I think I can enjoy that a little bit. So I'm not totally sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I know as soon as I get up I'm having a coffee right away. So I'm going to have my coffee. Probably cook up a breakfast. I'm not sure, did I? Oh, I brought oatmeal. I brought oatmeal for breakfast specific food, but I also brought a few packs of ramen noodle, and I got loads of fresh vegetables, and still have a bit of salad dressing left too. So it could go either way. I could actually cook the vegetables in with my ramen noodles, or I can eat it fresh in the salad. So whatever I choose, but. First thing, real early, really early, gonna get up, gonna make up a coffee from the tent, because I'll have the tent fly on, so I've cooked coffee under the vestibule before. It's not a huge vestibule like some other tents, but to me, it's roomy, there's enough room, definitely. So I'm gonna cook my coffee in there, and then roll out, have a breakfast, do a cleanup, and I think I may head back up to the pool, to the waterfall, and there won't be anybody there that early. Highly doubt anybody's camping there tonight. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll head back up to the main waterfall, try fishing there for a little bit, and if that doesn't produce anything, I'm not going to bother fishing the holes that I did today. I'm just going to walk right past. And I think I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out to the road. And just down the road, it's the same river, but there's a different trail on the other side of the road. And I've gone there in the wintertime as well, in my hammock. So I'm thinking I'm going to walk out down there, head in, and I got another real special spot that I like to camp, and I've actually shown it on the channel before. So now that I got the tent, I think I'm due to sleep there. I haven't slept there in years, and it was the winter time when I slept there too. So this time it'll be interesting with the water level nice and low, and hopefully we'll have some more sunshine. So I think that's what the plan's going to be for tomorrow. Head down there, head up to the falls, do some fishing, head out, go across the road, into the other trail, fish along the way there, skink around a little bit, you know, check out some things. And then I really, really hope I get a pink sunset tomorrow night. Really hoping, because that location is absolutely insane for sunsets. It's perfect spot. So you guys will see more tomorrow when I head over there. But yeah, and there's a couple of spots in there that I definitely want to fish. I've never fished there before. I've gone there many times, but I've never actually brought a fishing rod down there. So I'm looking forward to tossing in a couple jig heads, and I don't think I want to toss any spinners in. They're more deep holes, like waterfall holes. So I got some really big white and pink grubs, little twister tails. I got some of those that I haven't tried yet, so I'm really interested to see how those will work. Either up here, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put them on tomorrow morning, and I'll try fishing them at the waterfall. And then when we go across the road, I'll try fishing over those little waterfall areas. So yeah, and then we'll head up nice and high. One of my favorite spots. Pitch the tent, and that is going to be one amazing morning waking up there. This spot's beautiful, but I guess I could have pitched my tent sideways and had the door opening upstream or downstream. But trust me, this spot, when you peel open that door, what you're looking at is a million times worth it. Awesome, awesome spot. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Plan for tonight, I'm going to be getting to bed early. I may watch a movie on my phone, not 100%. Kind of loud. I didn't bring any headphones, so it's going to be awful difficult to actually hear the movie over the water. So yeah, I might sit up a little bit. I might crack into this other beer. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really want to be lugging around a lot of weight tomorrow. I know one beer is not going to break my back. I would have had a broken back a long time ago if that was the case. But tonight, I might crack into it. I might sit back and enjoy that, because tomorrow I'm going to be out running around a lot, heading to my other camp spot, like I was saying. But then the following morning, I got to get up and I got to go, because I work that night. So I'll be basically getting up early, taking off, going home, unpacking, going to sleep. So, and then back into work that night. So definitely not going to be having a beer tomorrow night, I don't think. So maybe that's what the plan is for tonight. Crack into that and enjoy this fire a little bit. And man, this place smells amazing. I know that's completely off topic, but I don't know if that temperature is getting down, that crisp, cool smell of spring and summer. Anyways, that's the plan. So this is my third glass of water. I filtered more water, and I topped up my water bottle, so I'll have plenty of water for coffee and breakfast in the morning. But feeling dehydrated. I didn't drink a whole lot of liquids today. It's kind of hit the trail running. And I told myself probably 5 or 6 times to stop and get water, and I just go. So figure I'll pound some water to me, and hopefully I won't feel dehydrated. I went ahead and put my other beer inside of one of the stuff sacks that I brought, and cut the paracord around it and tossed it in the water. I got the other end tied to one of my tent poles. Been in there for about 20 minutes now, so by the time I reel it out, it should be nice and cool. Alright, well, got the beer out of the water. Hopefully that was long enough. Really important to clean the can too. A lot of people don't, but if you drink from the can, you might as well just drink the water without boiling or filtering it. It's kind of the same thing. I think that's good. This is a beer from Mosquito Brewery. I drink the beer all the time and I love it. And this one is definitely a keeper. I like red wine and I like craft beer. And this is a perfect mix between red wine and craft beer. I know it sounds so black and white, like it's red wine and beer, but it's kind of in between. It's almost got like a cider kick to it. But wine. I'm not sure if I had this on the channel yet. I know I've had it before, but I don't think I've, I don't know, I'll have to go back and check. But anyways, great beer. Not sure the percentage. 6.5. 6.5% on this guy. So I'm going to drink that one slow. And that's the last one. So no beer for tomorrow. Just gonna be water, coffee. I brought, I like cup of soups, and I brought tomato. I got 2 packs of tomato cup of soups. So yeah, I'll be happy with that. Too hot for beer. You know, I hate summer. I hate summer so much. It's too hot. There's bugs. Oh, I can't wait for fall and winter to get back here. Enjoy that crisp, cool air. Get some frost, a couple snowfalls. But summer's here, so we'll enjoy it while we got it. I mean, we're gonna have to make lemonade out of lemons type of scenario, you know. See how it goes. I hate mosquitoes and I hate ticks. Not really one for swimming outdoors. I don't own a kayak or a canoe. Mind you, I'd love to go on a kayak or canoe trip. I would really like to get out and maybe go camp on an island or just hit the lake and, you know, just find somewhere to hang out. Fishing would be awesome. So yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I got to get out on my fat bike here soon, actually. Thinking about that. I'd like to get on my fat bike and possibly do like a 2 to 3 nighter and travel quite a ways. So toying with the idea of doing that. The bushcraft shelter, I snuck out there again. No, I didn't bring a camera. I didn't do a lot. I just picked away at certain things and kind of in my brain figured everything out. So I'm not sure the next time I get out there, but I did pick up a tarp. I got a big old 10 by 14 brown tarp. I think it was 10 by 14. So that'll be enough to do the back roof. And I'm gonna go get the stone. So I gotta collect stone for the fireplace area. So I gotta get all that together, and I got a couple other things I want to build on there before I take my son out there. And he's really excited. He's only seen a couple photos and maybe one video. I'm not totally sure, but trying to save the big things for him for a surprise, so when he gets out there, he'll be like, whoa. So, and then he can start building and kind of messing around with things. So that'll be really cool. But, yeah, this summer, I think I did mention in a previous video that I was going to be getting out with most likely more friends this summer than I normally would.
Just getting out, doing some duo trips, and, you know, meeting some new people and heading to new spots. And I usually stick to myself in the fall and the winter. I like doing my solo trips, nice and quiet and peaceful. But in the summertime, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the company in the fall and the winter time as well. But usually once fall or winter rolls around, I got a million things in my head that I want to do, and some of those things just don't include other people. So mainly this summer, I would really like to get out and travel around with a couple people, you know, friends, whatnot. So we'll see if that becomes a reality or not. Tonight out by myself, I really needed to get out by myself. Just, I don't know, I just kind of got up and just decided I wanted to get out, so as usual, you know. But yeah, I think the plan for the rest of the night is bugs. I'm gonna sip on this beer for quite a while. I might throw the rain fly on and jump in. Oh, there goes a bird. I might throw the rain fly on and leave the door open, you know, but I got enough. I guess I do have enough room. I'll throw my pack under my my vestibule area and do it that way instead of taking it inside with me. I'm worried about the buckles on it popping my air mattress, because I would not be happy with that. So I think I'll just leave it outside the vestibule area, and yeah, I'm just gonna relax. Gonna relax tonight. Like I said, I gotta get up early tomorrow, so I'll check in probably before I go to bed. I gotta brush my teeth and do all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'll probably check in and say goodnight with you guys and see you in the morning.
Alright guys, I'm all changed. I just gotta swap out my part of long sleeve waffle type Long John shirt. Just gotta change out of this, throw that on, and I got my shoes and pants inside of a dry bag outside. So that's all bundled up so no bugs will get in that, and I don't have to worry about if there's any loose ticks on my pants getting on me while I sleep. So that's all inside of a dry bag. I ended up pulling my backpack underneath the vestibule, so that's outside as well. And all my other gear is directly under the vestibule. It's unzipped right now. I'm watching that fire just to make sure it goes out. I really don't want to close that side of the vestibule with that thing still smoldering. It's too close to the fire. So I'm gonna lay down and watch a movie. That means I gotta say goodnight to you guys. So tomorrow morning, up bright and early, all this dirt out of my tent. Tomorrow morning, up bright and early, and breakfast and all that good stuff, and we're gonna hit the trail. Alright guys, so just about finished my beer here, and I know I already said goodnight, but give you guys a look at what's going on. I got my headlamp on, so I'm trying to... Yeah. So, fire's out. It is pitch black out there. Really dark. So, here's my stuff like I was telling you. Got that all stowed nicely. Gonna go ahead and close this door now. It's getting pretty dark out. Nice cool air set in, so that's nice. And I'm gonna finish that. Alright guys, so morning time. I've already jumped up, been around doing a couple of little chores here and there. Got the tent fly off. And after some breakfast, I think. Not totally sure what time it is. I haven't even turned my phone on yet. I do know that the mosquitoes are crazy right now. I'm getting bit up pretty bad. So went ahead and lit a fire. And yeah, I'm gonna have some breakfast, and I might even have to sit inside the tent. That's how bad they are. But I'm sure it'll be fine once we hit the trail and start moving. I can see the sun behind the camera just starting to come up, and the light's just starting to kind of come through the trees. So looks like it's going to be another sunny day. It's kind of cloudy right now, overcast, but I think a lot of that's going to burn off. So yeah, let's get into some breakfast. So for breakfast this morning, pretty simple. I got 3 packs of oatmeal and pretty decent sized piece of cheese. So I'm gonna cook this up, and still got my coffee on the go. Hair got a little bit left. But yeah, I'm gonna cook this up and get it in me because I'm hungry. I slept pretty good last night. The sleeping bag was way too hot at first, but I think it was right around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, that started getting pretty chilled. So I was really happy I brought my big sleeping bag, because I hiked that thing right up, and I was nice and warm all night. Sound of the water. Took me a bit to get to sleep with the waterfall there making all the noise. But once I fell asleep and got used to it, no problem. That's hot. Alright, so I'm all done eating breakfast. I cheated. I jumped inside the tent because mosquitoes were just crazy. So, all done, and time to clean up. So I'm going to pack all of this stuff away, my sleeping pad, tent, sleeping bag, everything. And I'll bring you guys back when everything's in the bag and ready to go. Alright guys, so we are on the trail. Well, off the rock. You gotta climb up this hill to get to the trail. So that was pretty awesome. It's a pretty straightforward pack up. Everything went in the bag as usual. And now we're heading down to the falls to go check out the fishing this morning. Sunday morning. It's Father's Day today. And, up the hill. I got all my stuff from my children yesterday, so they greeted me with cards and a couple crafts and stuff that they made at school, so that was awesome. So, not really missing out on much today. Whew. Although I will give them mosquitoes. I will give them a phone call later on. I already messaged home and let everyone know I was okay. Everything was going well, so. Whew. Yeah, nice to be back on the trail. Alright, so today is going to be more of a run and gun style day, at least in this area. I've already showed you guys this area yesterday, so I don't really feel the need to show you guys everything again. It's kind of repetitive. But yeah, we'll run down to this to the main waterfall where we were at yesterday, where we started fishing. Toss a line in the water a few times. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time up here, and then hike out and hit the other set of rapids down the road. So I'll bring you guys back once we get down to the waterfall. Oh yeah. Well, there was a lot of four-wheelers and dirt bikes that came through early last night. And usually what that means is there's people out here camping. I don't see anybody. Whew. All right. Well, let's get across this log and get fishing. Whew. Alright guys, so off camera I filled up my water bottle and I just had a big glass of water. And I also threw in my first rub and it got snagged. So I lost my first lure. I only have 2 more jig heads left. And I got a spinner bait that I'm going to toss in there right now. Kind of a problem because I don't have any more snap swivels. So this spinner's tied directly to my line, which most of you probably know it's going to foul my line. It's going to start spinning it over time. So I'm going to fish it just on the surface, maybe a foot under, you know, bring it across rather quickly. There's a lot of logs and a lot of rocks in here, so we're going to give it a few casts and then probably hit the trail. Alright, well, that didn't work out. Kind of as I suspected. So, yeah, we gave it a shot. So I'm just coming down through this muddy, boggy trail. Oh man, a lot of people have been coming through here. It is a mud mess. Holy. Alright, back into the forest. So, just gotta climb up this pretty steep rocky trail actually. It's a short one though, very short. So I'll get up here and back on the dirt road and start heading to our next location. Probably be lunchtime by the time I get there. Whew. Legs are burning like crazy. Got about a 4-kilometer walk till we hit the road, the main road. So, gotta come through all this stuff first. Luckily, it's very, very easy walking. There's not really any drastic uphills or anything like that. Just a nice leisure walk through the woods. Might see some dirt bikes and 4-wheelers come through here. They tend to get out a little earlier around here. Usually 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You'll see those guys going through on Saturdays and Sundays. So, plenty of them last night. So, might bump into a few on the trail. Who knows? There he goes. That was kind of neat. Speaking of wildlife, that was a big old brown bunny. That's pretty awesome. And we are now back to where I started when I came off a footpath and then back on the dirt road when I was going to the main falls. I don't know if I mentioned it before, my tent's the MSR Hubba NX series. I know a lot of you probably recognize it. And those of you who don't, that's what it is. The MSR Hubba NX is basically the same as the MSR Hubba, which is kind of their flagship tent. For many years, they've had them in yellow, green. They've had them in all kinds of different colors. They haven't really drastically changed over the years. They made a great design, and it's just kind of stuck. There's minor things, you know, weight. Obviously, they've cut back on weight. Different poles and stuff like that. But it is outstanding tent. Absolutely amazing. I put a couple photos on my Instagram and on my Facebook, and probably, I don't know, 20, 30 people all commented, "What tent is that? Wow, awesome, what tent is that? Tell me more about the tent." And they were all questions about the tent. Now, I got mine 5 years ago when they first came out. I'm not sure if it was exactly 5 years ago. But back then, when the NX model first came out, it, as you notice, my rainfly is all gray. And the tent body has a bit of a reddish kind of purple to it. Oh, hold on a second, check these out. Those are kind of neat looking flowers. So yeah, my tent is, the tent body's got like this reddish kind of purplish color to it. Almost like a plum maybe. And then my rainfly, the whole rainfly is all gray. It's like a very, very light gray, off-white. And the reason I got it was, number one, it was MSR, so I knew it was going to be absolutely awesome. And two, was the color. Like I said, I go out in the wintertime. So having a gray tent off-white was perfect for me. It blends into the snow very well. And it just works for me. So very, very lightweight, very packable. And the reason I mentioned that the fly is all gray is because recently I was online and I was actually looking at the MSR Hubba just to see what changed this year and whatnot. And I noticed all their flies, what they're doing is a two-tone. So the fly is still gray. I don't know if it's the same gray, but the vestibule area where the door is and the zipper is the same red as the body of the tent. So that's kind of strange to me, and I've seen this before in many, many other tent manufacturers. They'll come out with a new tent, different time, 2018, 2019 model, they'll switch up the color. I don't really like the two-tone vestibule, or fly, I should say. I like it when it's just one color, so maybe that's why a lot of people are asking me what tent that is, because it's basically brand new. I don't have any marks on it, no stains, no tears. I just take really good care of it. So, probably off-putting to some people seeing the all gray fly. They probably don't know what it is, but that's what it is. It's the MSR Hubba NX, and it's the first of its kind when they first started coming out with the NX series. Water level super low. In the wintertime, you can't even see any of those rocks poking up. And it's kind of neat because I just got a first glimpse at the next spot. So this will be a neat one. There's 4 or 5 waterfalls right here in a row. This one here is about 10 feet tall and about 40 feet wide, so it's more of a cascade type fall. The one right behind it that I'm looking at now is more like a plunge fall. It's probably about 10-12 feet tall, maybe about 6 to 8 feet wide, and it plunges down into a pool, which is kind of neat. And then farther down there's 2 more, and then in between there's just nothing but rapids and rapids and rapids. And it's all exposed bedrock, so it's kind of neat. You can actually get down there and walk and check it out, which is not a bad idea. Alright, so I'm just coming down this really steep path right now to get down to the bedrock. This trail is absolutely impassable in the wintertime. Even right now, it's extremely steep and very, very slippery. A lot of loose rocks. But the payoff is definitely worth it. That was pretty awesome. Water just pounded. I see someone put some rope here to help climb up and down, I guess. I don't know. Well, might as well get down there. Pretty sweet spot. Oh yes. So I'm just sitting down here getting ready to cook lunch, and I get a phone call from home. So earlier on today, in the morning when I left, I mentioned Father's Day, how my kids already gave me my stuff, my cards and whatnot. Well, when I left the house, I never really was definitive whether I was going for 2 nights. I didn't tell my girlfriend I was going for sure for 2 nights. And kind of my fault, because I just got a phone call and I guess they are expecting me home and they do have plans for me. So it's kind of my fault. I apologize for that. I'm really looking forward to this, the 2-nighter. And yeah, I mean, I just got here, tent set up. But anyways, I guess we're gonna hang out here for a bit and not gonna stay the night again, unfortunately, which is too bad because the weather's looking great. It's not too hot. The bugs have kind of messed off for the most part, and over here in the open areas, there's really not a lot of bugs, like as long as you stay in the open. So I'll definitely remember that for next time, and maybe I'll bring a friend out here next time I come. But yeah, I'm just getting ready to cook up some lunch, and I still got two and a half hours until my ride comes to pick me up. So I mean, we still have fun until then, right? No biggie. But yeah, so that's the deal with what's going on. Apparently I got a surprise planned tonight with the kids, so that'll be fun. Can't really say no to them. And yeah, I had a great time last night. Had a really good time today, and it's not over yet. So let's get into lunch. So I went ahead and brought my all my cooking gear over here. And basically what I want to do for lunch is I got a pack of ramen, and I got my big old container of fresh vegetables. So we're gonna do some ramen and vegetables, and it's gonna be awesome.
kind of heap of vegetables in there. It's gonna be a really good ramen soup type deal. I got my sauce packets to put in there, and I got a little bit more water if I want to cook up maybe a coffee or a tea. Looks like it's gonna be good though. Oh, that is so good. Alright, so I just finished up lunch. It was really good. Feeling pretty full now. And starting to spit down with rain. So, I'm not about to take my rain fly out and put it on because I got about 45 minutes left until my ride shows up. So, that'll pretty much leave me with just enough time to pack up the tent. I got one of these Kool-Aid jammers. I'm gonna drink that before I hit the trail, but yeah, I'm basically just gonna tear down my tent and get it packed away. And I mean, it's not raining heavy, it's just spitting with rain, but I might relax for a few more minutes. If it really starts coming down, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to pack away, so. But yeah, I'm just gonna lounge here for a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready to head out. Alright guys, well, it's not drizzling with rain anymore. I did have a little bit of a relaxed session there though, kind of laid back, and 20 minutes went by real quick, so I think it's time to pack up the tent and hit the trail again. That's how small the tent body packs up to, and the rain fly is probably a little bit smaller. Alright, so we're all packed up. You gotta admit, that is a pretty sweet spot, right? That's an awesome spot. Alright. We gotta climb up this hill now. Alright. Back on the trail again. I've been doing a lot of walking this trip. I guess that's the bonus of coming out in warm weather. Is the ability to cover ground.
What I mean by that is there's no snow, there's no ice. So the trails are pretty easy to navigate. Like right now there's no real issues other than, you know, the odd root or rock or whatever, but not bad. Had a fly on the camera. Yeah, so this is a great spot. I mean, I've come here a number of times, and I'm going to keep coming back over the years. I mean, I've probably camped in this area off camera probably 50 times. Just different spots, different setups, different times of the year. And I really like that. I like coming back to the same spot, different time of the year. So we'll skip on over to the other side. I can see some people over there walking right now, actually. So yeah, we'll head up to the paved road, and then we'll walk across to the other side. I should still have time to do a quick little walk around, show you guys that, and then it's going to be hitting the road. So check in when I get there. Alright, so we're just coming down the trail here. We're now on the other side. You can probably tell with the nice walkway and whatnot. Got some handrails and stuff. Let's take a little tour over here. So that spot right where my finger is right where my tent was. So I'm going to chill up here on this bench, and I've probably got about 10 more minutes till my ride shows up, so I figure this is probably a good spot to end the video. And I apologize for poor planning on my part. I'm really shooting for 2 nights. I got plenty of time to do more videos, so we'll get at it. But yeah, I'm just going to chill out here and wait for my ride, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.